The story of AFX cars. AFX cars have delighted children and adults alike for nearly 50 years. Whether you race them with your children or enjoy the nostalgia of collecting them, AFX cars are making a comeback. Learn a little about the history of AFX cars and where you can find them now. What is a slot car? A slot car is a miniature racing car that travels in a slot in a track. Slot cars are propelled by rheostats, remote controls, operated by electric current. History of AFX cars. The origins of the AFX cars can be traced back to England. In the late 1950s, an inventor called Derek Brand created small motorised cars to be used with model railroads. When the American modelling company Aurora Plastics saw the motorised cars, they immediately wanted the marketing rights to begin selling AFX cars in America. The Aurora motoring system first became available just before the Christmas buying season in 1960. By the early 1960s, Aurora began moving away from the model railway customer base and began producing sets to include real race cars. The cars appealed to a wider audience and slot car racing took off like a rocket. In 1963, Tyco, seeing the success of Aurora, began producing their own line of race cars with marginal success. In the 1970s, slot car racing saw a change that would revolutionise the industry forever. Modern slot car racing was the brainchild of Jim Russell and John Bernhard, who wanted to break away from the traditional HO model. Russell wanted to build a lighter and faster chassis, and Bernhard wanted to use motor magnets to help the cars better stick to the track. The ground effects magnet, as it would later be called, became one of the single most groundbreaking developments in slot car racing. Jim Russell named the new chassis for Gravity Plus. In January of 1975, the G Plus stole the hobby show, and the Sears buyer was so impressed with the new technology he made an offer right away. By the end of 1976, AFX cars tripled their sales, reaching 45 million on the back of the G Plus design. Despite the success, Aurora did not do well, and by 1977, Aurora was sold to a British conglomerate. AFX was eventually bought by Tomy Cars. AFX cars come in many different shapes and sizes. Some people are collectors looking for AFX cars like a Cobra Daytona Coupe 56 or the GT40 No. 5 Buckingham. Some like racers like the Silver Beamer or the Formula car. There's also the Super G Plus line with the Stocker Blue 84 and the New York City Police car. The Mega G and SRT collections are both perfect for collectors and racers alike. Sets.